What's going on, guys? Like this, and I wanted to share with you something that I worked on, I guess, yesterday. And with medical stuff, I know it's common among preppers to put food and stuff like that in buckets, typically the round 5-gallon buckets. But I had this bucket from, I think my mother-in-law gave it to us, and it was already pre-cleaned and everything. It does have a gasket seal in there, and it sat around for a while, and I was like, I gotta do something with this bucket. And the only thing was wrong with it was missing the handle, so I just made me a handle out of some cordage that I had laying around. So that was an easy fix, obviously. And I said, well, I need to figure out something to do with this bucket. And instead of putting food or something like that in it, I decided to put medical gear or equipment, basically like bandages and stuff like that, and basically make kind of like a first aid bucket, if you will. And if you're anything like me, you got extra stuff when it comes to medical first aid stuff on hand, and kind of stuff that you can go to, or space that you can go to and pull from. Ours is a little dresser is what it is, basically. Like a little children's dresser that we had for our last baby. And we just repurposed it into a new space that we have. And it's full of all kinds of just extra or overflow items, whether it be, Tylenol and, anti-diarrheal pills to Band-Aids and gauze ropes, whatever, all that stuff we kind of stock right there in these 4 drawers. And it works out really well for us. Pretty good system. And I started kind of doing a little bit of an extra overstock on certain bandages and gauze rolls and stuff like that. And I found these little wound care kits at one of the dollar stores, and it gives you all kind of assorted gauze pads. You get like 25 items in there for like $6 or $7. You get a roll of tape, gauze rolls, all kind of stuff. You get like a good bit of stuff, really. So I bought several of those and a few more items, of that similar variety. And what I've done is I've taken them, I vacuum seal all this stuff in different little packs and put them in this bucket so that it's handy, it's grab and go. And then you have kind of just a first aid or medical treatment bucket, and it's self-contained. It's easy to grab and take with you if you need to go somewhere, or if there's a situation, or if you're doing, say some type of, Minuteman operations, or you with your crew, your MAG, your mutual assistance group, whatever. It can do all of that stuff. It can fill any kind of role like that you want it to. That's totally up to you, but I just did like the idea of having this stuff centralized in one location that you can grab it. So I'll just show you guys what I got. So I think there is 8 or 10 of these 4x4 gauze rolls, and I sealed those all together. And then you got 2 of the larger 4.5. These are 4.5 inch by 147 inch gauze rolls. So those are the big ones. 2 of those packaged individually. And then you got various gauze pads in here, 2x2, 4x4, all that stuff. Vacuum seal in here, and a roll of tape. Got 2 of those out of the stuff that I had bought. So 2 of those identical. And then I also have surgical dressings, which is 5x9 pads. So I ended up being able to get 2 of those out of there. And I think that's 3 each in there. And then I had more of those, so I also had something else, so I packaged it together. So I took a few more of those 5x9s and some 4x4s and put them in here with some other bordered gauze and stuff like that, some other wound dressings for larger wounds. So I thought that was good. And then I also have some iodine swabs, the individual ones, the ones that you break in the little plastic vial. I got 2 packs of those sealed up in here as well. And just regular Band-Aids, small standard size ones, and then some larger ones as well. Just put all those in one. I got a large burn dressing in here. And then I also have some rubbing alcohol, and it fit in the bag pretty perfectly. And I also have some hydrogen peroxide in here. And I may try to bag it just for a little bit of extra protection for it so that it doesn't get compromised or anything. So that's what I was ended up putting in here, and I thought that worked good and everything fit really well. So I just thought that was a good idea to centralize some of your stuff so that in the event that you had to, you know, respond to an event, or if you had to leave a certain location and head to another one or whatever, instead of trying to dig through drawers and load stuff up into a certain container or whatever, then you would already be in a position where you would have at least some stuff in a bucket that's easy to grab, and then you can just roll out with it. So that's what you get, or at least that's what I got in this particular style and size of bucket with the items that I put in here. You could add still some more stuff if you wanted to. You know, if you wanted hemostatics or a little small surgical kit, or, you know, whatever. You still got a little bit of wiggle room in there if you want to add some more stuff in a bucket this size, or you could use a standard 5-gallon, the round bucket. Either way, but I like the idea when I saw it done at other places, and I was like, well, heck, I can make one of those myself with some of the stuff that I have on hand. So, and the bucket fit the bill, so that's what I done, and I just figured I'd share that with you guys real quick and let you know that that's another quick grab and go solution for something besides food that is still very important, and that is your first aid stuff and kind of some of your restock items for trauma treatment or first aid. So there you go. Appreciate it, guys. I'm out.